For those of you who like to head out outdoors, go out camping, get out into the wild, well, here is something new that's coming up very strongly. There is a concentrated effort by various state governments, especially those in Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Ladakh, and even some of the South Indian states, to promote the culture of, camper vans, where you take a vehicle of your own that is specifically designed and modified to be used as a living space. So you can drive up to a scenic spot, some fantastic landscapes, camp out there using your camper van, and live life outdoors. Now, I'm here today in Ambala, here to check out a new, probably one of the finer recreational vehicles I've seen, which is standing right behind me. And this has been designed and developed by JCBL, who are well known in the industry for making for their coach work as well as engineering solutions for multiple mobility solutions for that matter. Now, this one right behind me is one of India's first recreational vehicles. Now this RV right behind me, well, this has been developed on a Bharat-Benz chassis. Now the chassis length is about 10 meters long, but you can get multiple chassis depending on what your requirements are. JCBL will build the recreational vehicle, the RV, based on the chassis that you've got or that you opt for, depending on where you want to use it, its purposes, where you want to take it to. All of those elements will be considered, and then accordingly they will customize the RV body onto the chassis that you would pick up. Now the chassis can be multiple, you can decide where you want your chassis to come from, and of course then build the RV on top of it. Now in length, this is close to about almost 17 to 18 meters long, and you've got about 7 to 8 meters in height. There are extendable appendages on this. Like you can see, this is an awning, it's a retractable awning. You also got a central cabin that can extend outside, increasing the cabin space. Now, this extensively uses electronics and hydraulics, well, to get various things to pop out, come out, and make it a little more convenient for use. For instance, the stairs, well, those retract back into the cabin as well, after which the door shuts. The central cabin area as well, that will also go in, will recede in, and of course then you've got the necessary length to drive this through to any place, any location within India for that matter. Under here are the storage bins. This is where you can keep all of your large luggage when it's not required inside the cabin spaces. So just load them in there like a conventional bus. Further behind, there's another storage compartment. This is where the generator sits in. As you can see, it's got a silent generator, and there are two of these. Now this will run, or rather allow all the electronics, takes the load of even the air conditioning system that is there inside the RV. In addition, it also takes the load of the motor that runs the water system that's running through this entire RV, and there's multiple uses for that water. I'll come back to it in a moment. If you move further behind, it's a pretty handsome design. The graphic work is fantastic. It looks very impressive. It looks very European. The finish quality, well, it's not top notch, but it is by far one of the cleanest builds that I have ever seen on a recreational vehicle or a camper vehicle to date. Of course, the number plate, very interesting. These are white plates, which means this is private registration, and of course you can register these RVs privately as well. You've got a second generator in here as well. Both of these combined are essentially what allow it, or rather give it, the load necessary to run the internal electronics. As I mentioned, the air conditioning system, the lighting system, and various other electronic functions for the hydraulics as well. Now, where is the sewage? What are going to go, and where do you get electricity, if you can get electricity access from outside? Well, all those provisions are provided as well. The sewage, well, whatever water is used inside the RV, well, there is an easily dispensable system that lies under the bus. In addition, JCBL also provides you with a 6 meter long pipe in case you have access to a sewage system. Well, that pipe will direct all the sewage from inside the RV to the outside. Of course, that's the driver's cabin. And if you choose to, well, drive this on your own, you just need to make sure that you get a heavy vehicle license, and that will allow you to drive this yourself. If not, well, you definitely need an attendant and a driver to operate everything and to, well, manage the bus. At the front end, well, again, this design is customizable, depends on what you want, and well, you can specify what you would require. But this, again, since it's a demo vehicle, there are 3 variants of this, and this is of course the top end version. This effectively gives you the projector lamps. Come on in with me. Let me show you what the interiors look like. Now these are attendant seats right here. As you can see, there's sound bar put in over there. You can see there are individual screens along with the noise cancelling headphones provided, and these are customizable for each and every seat inside this RV. Let me quickly take you inside further in. This is the main living space. This is been extended, of course, so you've got this larger width cabin out here, fairly big in space. These are seats that can be rotated to whichever position you want. Makes for a fantastic and cozy, of course, conversation area. Big large sofa. All of these elements inside here. Now, all of these are customizable. You can specify what you would require, and JCBL would construct it, well, to your specifications to satisfy your needs and requirements. This uses a special paper that comes from Europe, and effectively this can be washed clean. Just take a wet sponge to it, rub through and get the surface cleaned. Very large cabin with large glass areas, and that allows a lot of sunlight to come in into this space. But in case you want your privacy, then well, a remote will get the blinds down for you. JCBL also has built in plenty of storage spaces. Any of your small items that need to go in here can well be easily stored in here. These windows, of course, can also be open in case you need fresh air. They can be slid open. As you move further behind, well, we've got a small kitchen area out here with a wash basin, and of course anything, and there's a power outlet as well where you can connect any electrical appliances. You've got a microwave, you've got a refrigerator, you've got drawers to well store whatever you would need, and of course these cabinets right on top over here. These additionally can be used to store food items, anything that you would need for a journey into the wild. All of this has been fixed, so you cannot well move these. They won't budge, which means they'll stay stationary when you're on the move. They're not going to roll around or fall off or tip off anywhere. That ensures that things are in place and it's a safe cabin. At this end is the washroom. I quite like this. A fairly large space, fairly large area. You've got a basin, you've got well, an electronic seat, a pot out there, and of course a shower area as well. Now again, all of this can be customized depending on what your requirements are. You can make this a larger area or a smaller area as well. Now, water, that's one of the biggest requirements on any journey. Well, there are 3 storage tanks on this. There is a 200-liter blue water storage. Now that is potable or rather drinking water. There is another water storage that is used, this grey water, which can be used for kitchen, for cleaning items in the kitchen. Of course, there's black water as well. That is water that can be used for the washrooms. Further behind are the lounge and sleeping quarters. Let me take you to that area as well. So in here, well, this is essentially the bedroom, or it can also be used as a lounge. You've got a television screen, you've got a table area as well. So this retracts. You can well either have your dinner in here or just sit down, chill with friends, watch some television. When it's time to sleep, you've got a retractable bunk bed. In addition, the sofa also converts into a double bed. Well, this cushion can of course just be placed on top of that, and there you've got your sleeping quarters in place. Large bay windows and lots of sunlight streaming into this, so if you had to wake up in the morning to a fantastic view, well, this would be the place to do it from. The cost of this RV now, in all, with these modifications, with these additions, with these enhancements and all these luxury fittings, it comes to about 1.5 CR, which isn't very expensive if you ask me. This is a fairly good asking price for something that is very unique, that stands out, and is a very comfortable living quarter, especially if you're on the move. All in all, a very good venture for JCBL, one with a lot of potential and scope for growth.